Here's the extended Amazonite bracelet tutorial that I promised you. It's still very easy, and if you know how to braid, you won't have much of a problem. You will need 1mm wire, also known as 18 gauge. I recommend a ruler. You will need a set of round nose plier or optionally one of these loop making pliers. You will need a set of pointed flat nose pliers. Finally, I recommend a pair of nylon pliers to help straighten your wires. We will be making a bracelet with a length of 14 centimeter because 14 centimeter plus 5 centimeter will fit approximately 90% of adults. Take your wire and cut it at about 1 meter or 100 centimeter. My ruler goes up to 30 centimeters, so I will measure the wire up to 3 times plus an additional 10 centimeter and then cut it. This will give me 1 meter or 100 centimeter. Take your nylon pliers and straighten the wire so that it's easier to work with. Fold the wires into 3 equal segments. As you can see, there will be 2 folds, one at the top and one at the bottom. Wrap one of the folds around your round nose pliers or loop making pliers. I will be using my loop making pliers. Pinch the wire around whichever plier you chose. This will create a nice round loop. Take another plier to hold onto your loop and begin to wrap the shorter end clockwise around your bracelet. From the front to the back and the back to the front 3 times. You have created the first end of your bracelet. Next, add all of the beads to the long end. You just need enough beads to cover at least the length of your bracelet. After you put all the beads onto the wire, take a plier and fold the end of the wire. This will help secure the bead on the wire while you're working. Push your first bead up and take the wire and wrap it around from the back to the front. Make sure to wrap the wires flush against the bead. Around the back and to the front. Wrap it tightly around the wire. Back to the front each time you put a bead up. Continue to do this until you get the length. Make sure you are wrapping the wire snug against the bead all around from the back to the front clockwise where it's flush around the bead, and once you get to the wire, you are wrapping it tightly on the wire. See, look at it. It is flush against the bead the entire time. And make sure that you wrap each one the same way so that all the wires looks the same on one side. That's very important for this design. You wrap this until you get to 14 centimeter or whatever length you need. Then you take the end and you secure it by wrapping it around the wire 3 times. Then you take your flush cutter and cut it off. Secure it with the plier. Remember how we were wrapping it clockwise? Now on the opposite end, fold it over and make your loop for this end. And instead of wrapping it clockwise, we're going to do the opposite and wrap it counterclockwise. Wrap it around counterclockwise 3 times. And this time, the same thing. But instead of going back, we will go forward around the front and wrap towards the back. Make sure that we are tucking the wire underneath the previous wire. And we consistently do that around each bead. So wrap it all around, bring it back to the front, wrap it counterclockwise around to the back to the front. Again, flush against the bead. And always underneath the previous wire. So this way it looks consistently throughout. And as you're wrapping around and making it flush to the bead, you're making sure that it's wrapped in the exact same way for each bead. So that way it has that neat symmetrical look. And at the end, wrap it around 3 times. Take your flush cutter, cut it off. Take your pliers, secure it. And then take whatever cylinder item, in this case, I'm just using my reel, and just make the shape. Now take an extender wire or whatever clasp you want to use. They have pre-made clasps that you can buy. You can also use that. For me, I'm just using an extender wire, and then I'm cutting off 5 centimeter to make my extension wire. You can attach a charm at the end. Like here, I'm just using a ball pin and a bead. I'm attaching it to the end. For this part, I would use a plier to hold onto the bead and another plier to help wrap it tightly around. You can also just use one of those pre-made charm tags. You don't have to use a bead. Anything you like can be at the end, or you could put nothing at all. I just like having something dangling at the end, either like a heart, an oval, or in this case, a bead. If you look at the previous one that I made, it's actually not a bead. It's just a little tag that says stainless steel at the end. So yeah, take the jump ring like that. Add the extension. I like to use 2 pliers and to close them together like that. Make sure they're flush and secure. Same thing, add a lobster clasp onto a jump ring, and then take 2 pliers to close up that jump ring. And that's it. This bracelet is done. Look how cute it is. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please share and repost. And if you're not following me already, please follow. I hope you have a nice one. Thank you. Bye.